Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're plunging into a truly unique set of sources. Forget your typical articles or, research papers. Our deep dive material is this collection of deeply personal accounts, confessions even, revealing a story that's so intricate and unsettling. It fundamentally challenges everything you might think you know about truth, perception, human behavior, really.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it, how these raw, intimate narratives weave together. They paint such a vivid picture of intense human drama. We're talking grief, desperation, love, and profound deception. It really pushes you to question what's real, what's maybe convenient, and what someone might choose to believe.
Right. Our mission today is to extract the most impactful nuggets from these highly charged personal notes and memoirs. This is a story that kicks off with a shocking street accident. And it just spirals into this domestic psychological thriller, all observed through intimate, often, unreliable perspectives of those involved. You'll hear about impossible choices, unimaginable losses, and the shocking lengths people will go to for survival or something unsettlingly close to it. So we begin with our protagonist, Lowen Ashley. She's at an absolute nadir in her life, just the lowest point. She's unemployed, staring down multiple eviction notices, and just last week she lost her mother to cancer after a year of intense home care.
Yeah, you can imagine the toll that takes.
Exactly. Leaving Lowen grappling with severe agoraphobic tendencies. The text notes that this particular day is the first time she's even stepped outside in weeks. She even compares herself to an ant, sort of disoriented by its sudden solitude.
It's a stark image of vulnerability, isn't it? Which only heightens the jarring shock of what she witnesses next. Lowen is in Manhattan when she's caught in the aftermath of this horrific street accident. A pedestrian is struck, killed by a vehicle, and the result is blood splattering onto her. Just horrific. The source describes the scene vividly, noting how people gasp, but no one screams. It's depicted almost as a kind of death by routine, a Manhattan River. Some passersby don't even look up from their phones, filming the gruesome scene with this detached, morbid curiosity.
God, that's bleak. Right after this terrifying incident, though, a stranger steps in. He offers Lowen his crisp white shirt, which she desperately needs, and leads her into a coffee shop restroom to clean up. It's an immediate, almost uncomfortably intimate situation, given the bloody context. Lowen notes he's handsome, but there's something about him that makes her think he wishes he weren't. Like he wants to be invisible in the city, just like her.
And this is where the narrative truly pivots, right? This stranger, Jeremy Crawford, then delivers this shocking revelation. Puts his own experience with tragedy right into perspective. He tells Lowen, "I've seen worse, unfortunately."
Wow.
Then, in this moment of just raw despair, he confesses he pulled his 8-year-old daughter's body out of a lake just 5 months prior.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Lowen's own recent grief suddenly feels, insignificant in comparison. He reveals he lost 2 daughters, twins, Chasten 5 months ago and Harper 6 months before that.
Twins.
It's a level of profound loss that's almost unimaginable.
As if that weren't enough, Lowen's literary agent, Corey, who's also her ex-boyfriend apparently, and seems to care more about her career than her recent personal tragedy, frankly.
Yeah, the timing is pretty awful.
Right. He unexpectedly offers her this massive job. She's asked to ghostwrite for none other than Verity Crawford, famous author, now incapacitated. And in a truly astonishing twist, who should Verity be married to?
Let me guess.
None other than the man who just helped Lowen in her moment of crisis, Jeremy Crawford.
Unbelievable. The initial terms of the deal were already substantial, weren't they? $75,000 per book for 3 books.
Yeah, for Verity's successful The Noble Virtues series, plus public appearances, press.
Right, which Lowen, being an introvert who dislikes publicity, she was initially reluctant, despite her desperate financial situation, the looming threat of homelessness.
Exactly, but then Jeremy sweetens the deal.
How sweet?
To an extraordinary $500,000 for the 3 books.
Yeah, $500,000. Wow.
And no press, a pen named Laura Chase, and an ironclad non-disclosure agreement.
Okay, that changes things, but why? What's the justification?
He claimed Verity admired Lowen's own book, open-ended, and that he genuinely wanted someone Verity respected to finish the series.
Quite a leap of faith, or perhaps desperation on his part.
Or something else entirely. And just like that, driven by sheer immediate need, Lowen makes a decision. Despite sensing the deep complexity she's stepping into, she accepts. She notes that Jeremy being married to Verity Crawford makes her feel even more intimidated than when she was standing there in front of him in her, skirt and bra.
Yeah, I bet. It's truly a desperate measure for a desperate situation.
So, Lowen's arrival at the Crawford home in Vermont, it's almost gothic in its grandeur and unease, described as this huge, secluded stone house with a blood-red door,
Ooh, nice touch.
an ivy like a slow-moving cancer clinging to its side. Gives off an eerie, dark soul, the text says.
Quite the atmosphere. Stark contrast to her dingy New York apartment, for sure.
Definitely. Almost fitting her sort of homeless reality, she thinks. Yet the property itself is worth over $3 million.
Talk about a jarring shift in environment.
Upon entering, Lowen meets Crew, Verity, and Jeremy's young son. He's about 5 years old. His initial behavior is peculiar, a bit unsettling even. He opens the front door, walks in, and then closes it in Lowen's face.
Oh, charming.
Right. Lowen, understandably, thinks he might be an asshole at first, then immediately feels bad, given all he's been through.
Sure, of course.
He's described as a miniature version of Jeremy. Same mouth, same green eyes.
Okay, and the living arrangements.
Jeremy explains the situation. Crew and he sleep upstairs near Verity's room to ease Crew's fears, which leaves Lowen in the master bedroom downstairs.
The master bedroom. Verity and Jeremy's room.
Yep. Which immediately creates discomfort for Lowen. She observes these deeply unsettling teeth marks bitten into the top edge of the headboard.
Oh, wow, that's specific and disturbing.
Very. She instantly wonders which of them had to bite the headboard to keep quiet during sex, and if she had ever had sex that intense.
Right. Sets a strange tone immediately.
She wanted a lock on the inside of her door, but Jeremy installed one on the outside.
Outsider? Why?
Well, Jeremy doesn't really explain why, but Lowen ironically preferred it. Found comfort in the idea that they would all be safe from her.
From her. Because of her past.
Seems like it. It's a small detail, but it speaks volumes about her mental state, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The house itself becomes this labyrinth of grief and unease. Lowen is directed to Verity's office, a chaotic space, overflowing with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, boxes of notes, files.
Right. Jeremy mentions Verity was always writing, even on Crew's diaper.
Dedicated or maybe obsessed.
While looking for outlines for the series, Lowen stumbles upon something completely unexpected.
Okay, here we go.
A manuscript titled, So Be It.
So be it.
Yeah, and it's clearly an autobiography, not part of the series she's meant to finish.
Dilemma time.
Big time. Lowen feels this intense internal conflict about reading something so personal. But she justifies it.
As research.
Exactly. Research into Verity's mind. Needing to understand how she worked as a writer.
A convenient justification, perhaps.
Perhaps. But this is where the story truly takes its chilling turn.
Okay, I'm braced. This is where the narrative truly spirals into the unsettling, isn't it? Lowen begins to delve into the horrifying contents of Verity's autobiography.
What does she find?
Verity details this extreme philosophy. Views the human body as just a machine, has this disdain for cravings of the mind, and shockingly severe, almost clinical views on child rearing.
Oh, dear.
She recounts her immediate revulsion at being pregnant with the twins, feeling disgusted by her changing body, and actively attempting to induce a miscarriage, taking sleeping pills, drinking wine.
Seriously,
While
pregnant.
Yes. She even refers to a scar on one of the twins' faces as a result of these attempts.
That's monstrous.
And it gets darker.
How put it?
She describes her deep resentment that Jeremy's love and attention immediately shifted to the unborn babies, making her feel put third.
Put third.
Yeah, he even tells her he loves them more than anything, which, maybe not the best thing to say, but her reaction.
What was her reaction?
The chilling account. Verity describes intentionally attempting to suffocate infant Harper.
What?
Believing it was a premonition dream about saving Chasten from her twin. A dream. She tried to kill her baby based on a dream. That's what she writes. She details shoving 2 fingers into Harper's mouth and throat until her knuckles were pressed against Harper's gums, rationalizing, I'm saving Chasten's life.
I do. I don't even know what to say to that. Lowen's reaction to these passages is visceral, right? The text describes her stomach cramping, her terror, feeling she's undeniably in the house of a very disturbed woman.
Completely understandable.
And this immediately solidifies Lowen's suspicion that Verity might be faking her incapacitated condition.
Because who could be that monstrous and just lying there?
Exactly, given the thoughts revealed in the manuscript.
This detail really challenges us, doesn't it? To consider how much of our own truth is a narrative we construct, maybe unconsciously. To cope with a reality too painful to face directly, rather than a direct reflection of it.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most convincing lies are the ones we tell ourselves.
Meanwhile, the house itself becomes increasingly strange and tense for Lowen. She hears suspicious noises upstairs. like footsteps lighter than Jeremy's and heavier than Crew's.
Not good.
And later, feels a lurking presence. She even sees Verity's head in a different position, her eyes on Lowen's, terrifying her.
Just staring at her.
Apparently. Then there's a moment when Crew talks about Verity talking to him.
Talking to him. But she's incapacitated.
Right. He even mentions a knife in Verity's room. Lowen finds no knife, but the incident deeply unsettles her.
A knife. Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah.
It's as if the house itself is whispering secrets.
Totally.
And these unsettling clues combine with Lowen's own strange experiences. That sleepwalking incident.
Oh, yeah. One night, she wakes up in Verity's bedroom, screaming in terror.
In Verity's room. How did she get there?
Sleepwalking. Jeremy finds her, and she tries to explain her history. Sleepwalking, self-harm during these episodes, cutting her hand, standing on a railing once.
Wow. So she has a history of this.
Yes. And in response, Jeremy installs that outside lock on her bedroom door.
The outside lock again.
Which Lowen surprisingly finds comforting, knowing she can't leave the room.
This particular point in the narrative unveils a critical human tendency, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How we interpret ambiguous signs, especially when our emotional state is already heightened by fear or maybe attraction.
Definitely. Lowen's perceptions are clearly being shaped by what she's read and what she's feeling.
And April, the nurse, she also implicitly supports Lowen's growing conviction that Verity is aware.
Yeah, by scolding Lowen for talking about Verity as if she weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
And Crew says Mom when showing Verity a turtle he found.
Little things, but they add up. Jeremy even installs a lock on Verity's door, too, apparently. If that were even possible, Lowen thinks.
Right. Through all this unease, Lowen's complicated feelings for Jeremy just deepen. She observes his profound grief. Still finding their daughter's hairs on the sofa, their socks in the dryer, heartbreaking details.
Okay.
She sees his immense patience and affection with Crew, contrasting sharply with Verity's coldness from the autobiography.
So she sees him as the grieving father, the good guy.
Pretty much. And despite Jeremy's married status, this intense emotional and physical attraction develops. He compliments her, tells her, "Your writing matters to me, Lowen."
Oh, hitting her where she's vulnerable.
Totally. She feels addicted to him. There's a powerful pull there, even amidst all the horror.
This leads us to a crucial question about perception, then. In a situation just laden with such profound grief and uncertainty, how do individual narratives and perceived truths shape relationships and actions?
Yeah.
We see Lowen struggling with her perception of Jeremy, influenced by Verity's autobiography, but also her own intense feelings for him.
And Jeremy, does he acknowledge this connection?
Oh, yeah. He even admits to Lowen that he feels guilty for falling for her, but not guilty enough to stop.
Oh, okay.
He tells Lowen that he felt the connection with her right there in the coffee shop bathroom, a connection he had tried to feel with his wife for years.
So he's feeding into it too.
Definitely. It's a testament to how desperation maybe can forge these unexpected, intense bonds.
Okay, let's return to Verity's autobiography. So be it. For the ultimate betrayal, Verity's detached account of Chasten's death. It's chilling.
What happened?
It was an allergic reaction at a sleepover. But Verity describes her internal lack of grief, focusing instead on how she knew it was coming.
Knew it was coming.
And how Harper was somehow responsible for it.
Blaming the other twin, that's twisted.
It gets worse. She even expresses regret for not staging more accidents for Harper.
What? Like what?
Like leaving bleach near her or ramming her car into a tree with Harper unbuckled.
Oh my God. This is beyond disturbed. It's truly disturbing.
Yeah.
But the real gut punch comes with Harper's death, right? The second twin?
Yes. Verity confesses to intentionally taking Harper and Crew in a canoe, deliberately capsizing it, and then allowing Harper to drown, tangled in a fishing net.
Allowing her.
She describes feigning distress, sending Crew for help while Harper drowned.
Oh, God. And her motivation. Why?
Her bizarre reasoning. When you've already lost one child, you might as well have lost them all. What? Aiming to only have Crew and to be able to comfort Jeremy without the grief of Harper's loss herself.
That is, I have no words. Utterly sociopathic.
And Jeremy himself, he had suspicions early on. He confronted Verity after Harper's death.
About what?
Accusing her of telling Crew to hold his breath before the canoe tipped.
So he suspected her then?
It seems like it, though he later appeared to accept the accident narrative. This is a level of calculated depravity that's just hard to reconcile.
Yet Verity rationalizes writing this whole memoir.
How? She claims it wasn't a factual account, but a fictional exercise or therapy.
Therapy. For drowning her own child.
To cope with her own grief and guilt over Harper's accidental death, she claims, blaming the fishing net.
So now she's saying Harper's death was an accident in the manuscript's explanation.
In her explanation for writing the manuscript, yes. She claims she created a fictional villain version of herself to process her feelings, and that it was never meant to be read or believed as fact.
She's essentially claiming the whole horrific story was a self-inflicted psychological experiment.
Pretty much.
Wow. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it presents this fascinating dilemma, doesn't it? A writer creating a dark fictional world to process reality, and that fiction being tragically mistaken for truth. How does perception, especially in these intense emotional states, shape belief? Even within a marriage.
Yeah.
This narrative really makes you consider, how readily do we project our deepest fears or desires onto others' narratives, creating a truth that serves our own needs rather than reality itself?
It's a terrifying thought. So Lowen, now fully convinced of Verity's evil intentions based on this autobiography.
Which she believes is pure confession.
Right. She decides Jeremy deserves to know the truth about his wife. She believes Verity is a threat to Crew, that something else terrible is going to happen if Jeremy doesn't mistrust her. She feels compelled to act.
Okay. So what follows is the explosive confrontation. Lowen gives Jeremy the manuscript. He reads it. His initial disbelief quickly turns to this enraged betrayal as he absorbs Verity's chilling confessions.
I can only imagine.
But then comes the most shocking event. Verity, now cornered, sits up in bed. Sits up and speaks. Reveals she was faking her injuries and incapacitation all along.
Oh my God. So Lowen was right, or
Yeah.
partially right.
Well, Verity confirms the autobiography's existence, but asserts it was fiction, a coping mechanism. And she claims Jeremy's belief in it led him to try and kill her by staging the car accident that supposedly incapacitated her.
Wait, Jeremy staged the accident?
According to Verity, yes. She states she's been faking her injuries for months simply to survive because she knew he believed the manuscript.
The layers of deception here are just astounding. Who do you even believe?
Exactly.
The scene escalates to a terrifying climax then.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy, consumed by rage and what he believes is confirmation of Verity's depravity from the manuscript, attempts to strangle her.
He attacks her.
He does, completely unhinged by the supposed revelations.
And Lowen, what was her response in that shocking moment?
That's precisely where the narrative takes another chilling turn. Because Lowen's actions here are truly telling.
What does she do?
Instead of stopping him, she advises Jeremy on how to make Verity's death look like an accident.
She helps him.
Tells him, make her vomit. Cover her nose and mouth until she stops breathing. It'll look like she aspirated in her sleep.
Oh.
Yes. This shows her complete absorption into the narrative she believes. Her commitment to Jeremy, believing she's helping him enact this twisted form of justice.
Oh, that's dark.
They then carry out the grim cover-up. Jeremy follows Lowen's instructions. They dispose of the manuscript, clean up the scene, both in a state of shock and complicity.
Wow.
Lowen herself admits, I can't believe I just helped him kill her. We just killed her. It's a profound moment of dissent.
Okay. Fast forward 7 months. Lowen and Jeremy are now a couple, living together.
Yeah.
And in another twist, Lowen is pregnant.
Pregnant.
Okay.
A new beginning built on, well, that.
Seems like it. They have consciously tried to erase Verity's presence from their lives, shredding all her writing, her belongings, the office being the hardest room to clear. Lowen believes Jeremy's grief over his daughter's deaths is separate from his joy over their impending child, and that Verity was wrong, that losing one child or even two doesn't mean you've lost them all.
Trying to build a new life on a buried secret. On murder, essentially.
Essentially.
But then comes the ultimate aha moment, right?
Yep.
The final mind-bending piece of the puzzle.
Yes. Crew, Verity's son, finds a hidden letter from Verity.
A letter. Hidden where?
The details aren't explicit, just that he finds it. And in this letter,
What does it say?
Verity reiterates that the autobiography was indeed a fictional exercise for her grief, a way to make her imagined world darker than her real one.
So she sticks to that story.
Yes. She confirms Harper's death was an accident, blaming the fishing net, expressing deep remorse for not doing more.
An accident, okay.
Crucially, she states Jeremy believed the fictional manuscript, which led him to try to kill her by staging the car crash.
Confirming her earlier claim when she sat up.
Exactly. The letter also confirms that she faked her incapacitation for months to protect herself from Jeremy's rage, knowing he thought she was a threat to Crew.
So she faked it out of fear.
That's what the letter says. And in a final, heartbreaking admission, despite his attempts to kill her, She admits she doesn't hate him.
Doesn't hate him. After he tried to kill her and then succeeded.
She says she understands his fierce love and protection for their children. She even mentions hearing him and Lowen having sex, which prompted her to write the letter for him to find.
Wow. That is a complete reversal of everything Lowen thought she knew or chose to believe.
Completely.
So what does Lowen do? Reads the letter?
Reads the letter, and then, in this powerfully symbolic act, she swallows it.
Swallows it. Literally.
Folds it up, puts it in her mouth, chews, and swallows it. Literally burying the truth.
Good God. That action leaves you, the listener, with this chilling realization, doesn't it? That Lowen and Jeremy have not only committed murder, but are now living a life based on a profound misunderstanding. A carefully chosen illusion, concealed for their own peace and survival.
Yeah, she pushes back all the terrible things she's witnessed, swallowing the letter as she swallows the truth. For her own sake, for their future. Chilling is the right word. So, what does this all mean? We've seen this gripping narrative where the lines between truth and fiction become dangerously, fatally blurred, driven by intense grief, desperate love, and powerful self-preservation. It compels us, you, the listener, to consider how easily we can be manipulated by what we want to believe, especially when emotions run high and the stakes are life or death.
It forces us to confront a crucial question. When personal tragedies strike, how do we process them? And how do our attempts to cope, whether through creation, denial, or even this twisted form of justice we saw, how do they reshape our very reality? The characters in this deep dive, they all created their own versions of truth, didn't they? And the consequences were devastating. Sometimes the perfect story isn't the one that serves objective truth, but the one that serves our deepest desires. Or maybe our deepest fears.
This story leaves you with a truly provocative thought, I think. If you, like Lowen, had access to multiple conflicting truths about a person's life, and your own survival, your own future happiness maybe, depended on which one you chose to believe, which would you pick? And what unseen costs might that choice incur, not just for you, but for those around you?
Yeah. What would you swallow?
Something to mull over until our next deep dive.